Hi, this video will demo how OpenGL implements mipmapping. So when we apply a texture over a mesh, some parts might be minified while others might be magnified. For magnification, we only need to sample the textures, which there's only two modes for that, either linearly, which close pixels to that point will be sampled and you get a weighted sum of the color, or by choosing the closest pixel and applying that color to our text. Um, so for the for the magnified part, that might be the close parts here. Right now it's on GL linear, so we can see that these lines here are a bit gray because they're a sample of both the black and white in this checkerboard um, texture. However, when we turn it into GL nearest, we can see a clear line between both colors. Now, if we are looking at the farther parts here, we use the minified version. And for the minification, we use mipmaps. Now, mipmaps are generated by OpenGL. They just are smaller resolution images of the same texture. So we both need to determine which mipmap do we sample. So do we sample the nearest mipmap only, or do we do a linear interpolation between the closest two mipmaps? And we also have to decide on how we sample the chosen mipmaps. Do we do it same way when we do to the texture linearly, or do we choose the nearest available pixel? So this would result in four modes. So right now we have for the texture GL nearest and for the mipmap linear mipmapping. So that would be for the farther part. And now for this mode, we have for the texture linear sampling, and for the mipmap linear sampling too. We can see how they get a bit blurry in the background. And for this mode, it's a nearest sample for the texture and a near sample for the mipmap. And this one has a linear mapping for the texture and a nearest mapping for the mipmap. So yes, this is for minification. An important thing to note here, if you get away from the texture and all points are equally far apart from the viewpoint from the camera here, changing the sample does not affect it too much. You can see for linear, you can still see that there are some jaggies, but it is not as obvious as when it's close or really far away. So this is linear, and this would be interpolated. Sorry, this would be linear, and this would be for the nearest point available. So yeah, this is how mipmapping works, and I hope you like the video.